One of my jobs was to carry the Hammer Glory around.
Oh, really?
So like different bars.
Nice.
Yeah. And I remember one Philly Beer Week, I was carrying it all over town. I think at this point I was in like by his Jose Pistola's Good Dog, that stretch.
Yeah.
And these people, I think they were from Denmark. They were from Europe. I think it was like Denmark.
For Philly Beer Week?
Yeah, and they like knew all about Philly Beer Week and the Hammer and like wanted to take pictures. I actually did a video, like I videoed them saying like, Philly or something. That's when I was like, oh, because there was this, I don't want to get too into the struggles, but there was some infighting within Philly Beer Week about local breweries versus national breweries.
Yeah.
And we weren't promoting the local breweries enough. But a lot of people, the tourists anyway, were coming in for the national rare beers that they couldn't get anywhere. I was trying to tell people at the meetings, I was like, I understand. We need to support local breweries. Of course we do. That's should be one of our bread and butters. But you have to understand that these national breweries are what a lot of these people come to Philly Beer for.
Welcome back to the Brew That Podcast. I'm your host, Richie Tevlin, joined as always by Evan Blum.
Hello.
Tonight we have on Mike Gregor.
That's right.
Mike Gregor, Communications and
Editorial Manager.
Editorial Manager of Visit Philly.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. So Evan met you last week at the Victory event for the Philly First, where I know you brought this beer in, the Philly First. So that was cool that they did that. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but I'm glad that you brought it in because now we get to try some. But yeah, you brought in some other beers here too. But can we crack this one open and try?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think the best part of it really is the can. They really did a nice job with the can.
Yeah.
You really like
So fun.
look at the different bubbles. It's all the firsts because we're doing a promotion in tandem with the Historic District. 52 weeks of firsts. So some of those firsts are mentioned there, like first computer, first zoo, first flag, all that stuff.
I haven't checked out the article. The article is really cool on the website. I looked through they have all 52 kind of listed out there.
Yeah, each week until the end of the year is it celebrating a different first, and there's like a celebration in Old City with they did artwork to go along with each thing too.
Cool.
Unfortunately, they didn't do the first lager brewed in America, which I told them about after the fact, but
Yeah, it's right around the corner
Yeah.
from here. Is that Marissa Magnata is like doing some podcast series about
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Marissa does the company podcast for 52 weeks of first. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's awesome. And is that like just like kind of like a 1-year podcast, or are you guys gonna try to keep it running after this year?
As far as I know, it's just a 1-year thing.
Okay, cool.
We've dabbled in podcasts and nothing's caught on, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe this beer is not officially set to be year round yet, but I think the goal from Victory and us, they'd like it to get in the rotation. Just has to sell, obviously.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Hop Devil, which got the news yesterday.
I love Hop Devil. That was one of my first gateway beers, I guess you could
They'll
say.
bring back. They bring back what's the brandy wine something. They bring back like some of their beers, but I imagine it's just like it won't be available year round now.
Yeah.
But yeah, R.I.P. Also, shout out Bobby Whalen, the graphic designer at Victory. Probably put that together. So.
He did, and I like it was supposed to be a collaboration between the two.
Yeah.
But his design was so good
Really?
that we didn't really do much. That's pretty much his design.
It's awesome. We were talking about them last episode. Like everything Victory, they're like doing like whole redesign of like all their brands right now, and like all the new cans are awesome looking. So
you've been working. Maybe Visit Philly's been working with Victory for quite some time now, right? Like this is
11 years. I think Summer Love was the first one that they did together. I believe it was 11 years ago.
wait, what do you mean Summer Love? Was Summer Love a Visit Philly beer?
That's what I was told. Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
No, I was working at Metro newspaper. I remember when it came out because I started as a journalist,
Yeah.
a sports writer mostly. But how I got into craft beer was no one was covering craft beer at Metro newspaper.
Yeah.
And I told my city editor, I was like, I like beer. Can I cover this stuff? And like, I'll find like cool stories.
Research.
Yeah, let me do some research. And there was a party over at the old Logan, before it was the Logan, at the beer garden, and they were unveiling the Summer Love, and I got invited to it, and I covered it, and it was a delicious beer, still is. And that's kind of my foray into the beer industry.
Yeah, that was my first craft beer that I was super into. So
It's still delicious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a Phillies game. There's nothing better than cracking a summer love.
Yeah.
Richie worked at, I don't know if I told you this or not, but Richie worked at Victory for,
Yeah, we're at the
years.
tap room that you guys were at.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make it down there, but I just was not available. Yeah, how did the event go? Did you organize that or?
It was collaborative, but Victory kind of let me run with it because they had a lot of other things going on. So I handled most of the invites. Our social media team did all the social media stuff, but I did all the media press part of it, PR side of it. I thought it was great. I mean,
Yeah,
Kevin was there. I thought we had a great turnout.
Yeah, there's a ton of creators there. I kept seeing like everybody post about it that day.
Yeah, and then I know Kevin at Crossing Broad. I sent him some samples, and he gave us a great post on crossingbroad.com. And I've sent some samples out nationally, so I'm hoping like Vine Pair picks it up or All About Beer. They got samples. We'll see. But national's kind of bonus at this point. We're happy with the way it rolled out.
Definitely, and it's good timing, like right before CBC comes out. And that's
yeah.
CBC, I was just talking to the Victory crew earlier today about how we could get involved with that. I know it's not a public-facing thing, really, but we might have some kind of presence there to be decided.
I was on the Visit Philly website earlier today, and it's like you listed everything that was happening. But for like us in the beer world, like CBC is at like the top of that list.
Yeah.
But it's just like an industry thing. So it's like not. I mean, there's so many other giant.
It's
things that are
also
happening this year.
So when I started, and I've been at Visit Philly now for about 8 months.
Yeah.
With my beer background, I was hyped to do some beer content, and I am going to do some beer content just for the website around CBC, maybe a press release. We'll see. We're still talking about it, but the reason for that is the Visitor and Philadelphia Visitors and Conventions Bureau, CVB, they handle all the convention stuff. So anytime I brought a collaboration up, they wanted me to send the information there. So any beer writer that's reached out to me, I've sent them over there. So that's all I can do at this point.
Gotcha. So how did you? Can we go through kind of your background, how you got to Visit Philly to this point?
How much time do you have? I'll keep it short. So I touched briefly on how I kind of got started. It was writing about beer for Metro newspaper. I was at Metro for a long time, 7-8 years. And then during that time, my main beat was sports, Eagles, Phillies. I was on the field for the 2008 World Series, covering that, all that stuff. Yeah, covered the Sixers, even though they weren't very good back then. It was the Iguodala crossover years. But yeah, so I used to get invited to a lot of beer events, and one of the largest hospitality beer, specifically PR firms, was Profile PR, and they handled Philly Beer Week. So I kind of hit the ceiling at Metro, and I was kind of over it. So I reached out to the owner, and I was like, "Do you have any openings? I'd love to try my hand at PR. I can write. I know all the media in the city, so I think it would be a good marriage." And she was like, "As a matter of fact, my beer person, Jenny Hatton, I don't know if you guys know her. She's been around for a long time. She worked at Dogfish, Crooked Hammock. She's tremendous. Learned a lot from her over the years. But anyway, she had just left to go, I think, to Dogfish Head at the time. And my Claire is her name, was like, I need a new Jenny. If you want to be the new Jenny. And we went out for coffee at Starbucks. I had no idea I was being interviewed. I just thought we were chatting. and then she's like, you want to, like 2 days later, I think, she called me and was like, do you want the job as an account executive? I was like, I don't even know what that means. Sure, let's go. I'll do it. And I was the beer guy at Profile PR for, when did I leave there? Like, I still do some freelance stuff for her, actually, because she is a literary agent too. So she did like Sam Calagioni's book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's out there in the beer world too. So I think I was there for about 10 years, and then we just kind of went our separate ways, and I started freelancing, writing. Still did some.
So what were you doing, like publish this stuff? Like were you writing articles and then putting them out, or were you just connecting, companies to, different news outlets?
In the PR firm?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was strictly doing PR. So it was, I'd stopped the writing because that was a conflict of interest. Like I can write about beer and represent breweries, so I took on the major clients, and she had everyone. She had, in her heyday, she had Flying Fish, Iron Hill. We worked with Yards a lot. we didn't work with Victory, but because I worked on the Philly Beer Week account, I just knew everyone. And anytime someone would reach out to me, I was like the kind of like the clearinghouse. And I'd be like, yeah, I know him. I'm not the PR firm, but here you go.
Yeah,
you know,
only you to somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Monks, I did some PR work for Tom Peters at Monks. I know you know him. I had him on. He's great. Actually, I hooked him up with the Smithsonian Institute, was doing a whole, they were doing a beer program. Well, it wasn't a beer program, but they were trying to look for more creative events that could draw a younger crowd.
Yeah.
And beer was still popular back then. So I pitched them Tom Peters, to like the Belgian beer master. Could we come down and he gives like a lecture and we sell tickets and we do a beer tasting? And they were like, sure. And that was pretty cool. We went to the castle, the oldest building on the Smithsonian campus, if you will. And he did a lecture with slides and everything, and he brought his daughter, and it was really cool.
Did you ever go to the events that they had at the Penn Museum for Philly Beer Week?
Yeah. Back in the day, yeah.
Were you working on Philly Beer Week for the first couple of years, or did you just come on after the fact?
After, yeah. If I was trying to remember what year I actually came in, I think it was like 2014, maybe before then. But yeah, no, I wasn't at the beginning. But I was there before they made the transition to Philly Loves Beer.
Yeah.
Are you a brewer looking to open, grow, or plan your next move? I'm Ted Zeller, liquor law attorney at Norris McLaughlin. I've spent my career working with breweries, helping them navigate the regulations that come with this industry at the municipal, county, state, and federal levels. From first permits to expansion into new markets, my team serves as legal counsel on licensing, compliance, and distribution. If you're ready to plan your next move or need legal guidance, I am here to help. Feel free to call me at 484-765-2220 or email me at tzeller@norris-law.com.
Hey, brewery or small business owner. At the Beer Accountant, they understand the unique financial challenges of the craft brewing industry. Come find our booth at the Craft Brewers Conference in the Grand Hall next to the Brewers of PA in Philadelphia this April. Mention the BrewDad podcast and get a free gift. Are you tired of navigating complex brewery accounting and taxes on your own? Staying up late working on financials and getting your finances in order after a whole workday? They're a CPA dedicated to helping breweries like yours thrive, with services ranging from qualified bookkeeping, business tax prep, to strategic financial planning. Stop wasting time on spreadsheets and focus on what you do best: making great beer and running a small business, servicing over 50 breweries in 4 states. So if you own a brewery or small business, stop overpaying for reactive support and start being proactive with the Beer Accountant. Don't brew that IPA without this CPA. Visit beeraccountant.com to learn how their specialized expertise can help your brewery grow, profit, and succeed.
Cool. And then have you been switching back and forth between beer and sports since then?
So yeah, I don't even know what I do at this point. Like I call myself like a dual threat communications specialist, I guess. So I was freelancing. I went back into I had a couple PR clients, like restaurant clients, and then I was doing some freelance work for this brewery in Delaware, Crooked Hammock. Still am. That's why I brought the hard seltzer. Mm-hmm. They're really cool. Actually, their head brewer, do you know Larry Horwitz?
I do not. No.
Who is he? Where are yours? I know who he is.
He used to be one of the head guys at Iron Hill. So he developed a lot of their like World Beer Cup winning recipes. Now he's the head brewer over there anyway.
Can we crack it open?
Yeah. That's seltzer, though. It's not beer. So
It's fine.
so I had some freelance PR clients, restaurants and breweries that I was still clinging on to. And then I went back into my bag, I guess, and I was covering the Eagles again, did some Sixers work, but it was 100% freelance. And then I guess it was June of last year, this opportunity to Visit Philadelphia kind of came into my lap, and I've always wanted to work for Visit Philadelphia. I love their work and everything that they represent, and here I am, and this is what I'm doing. So, like, I'm not a beer guy over there. I write back fact sheets and press releases and research things that are cool in the city and trend pieces. And this project was already in the works, and they needed me to write the press release. And I was like, I'll do the whole shebang bang. I got this. Like, don't even worry about it. I'll take it off everyone's plate. So it's been fun to reconnect. Like, I was kind of a little bit out of the beer world for a little bit, but now meeting people the other day, talking to you guys today. It's pretty cool. It's like a trip down memory lane for me.
So we had Visit Bucks County on. Can you give kind of like an overview of like what
Visit Philly does? I mean, everybody knows what Visit Philly is, but like kind of like internally, like what are you guys doing to promote stuff? You know, how do you guys operate?
Yeah. So we like to use the sports analogy where we're like the fifth or sixth team if you're counting the Union, whatever. Yeah. We're cheerleaders for the city. So we promote everything going on in the city of Philadelphia, but also in the 5 counties, not outside the 5 counties, the main Bucks, Chester. So our job is to like, first and foremost, we're a DMO, destination marketing agency. So our main job, we have a marketing team, marketing committee every week where we come up with our own ideas that we want to promote based on research that we do, trends that we see. And that's like our number one priority, I guess. But then the other part of that is we work with all the other PR firms in the city, all the organizations like the Art Museum, the Museum of the American Revolution, every organization basically will send us their press releases and we'll do web articles. I'm not on the web team, but our web team does a great job with the web articles. And then, people will, again, use us as like a clearinghouse to connect them with people. So we have all the resources they need, especially for the 250, as we were expecting crazy coverage nationally. I'm in the communications department. Our head of communications was just in New York at a big conference meeting with NBC, like at Rockefeller Center, talk about ways they could cover Philly for the 250th anniversary. We promote everything in the city and in the 5 counties, but some people will get mad at us sometimes because we can't cover we can't cover everything. It's such a big city.
you guys already have? There's so much information you guys are putting out all the time.
So we have to kind of like prioritize things, which is tough, but the website is really the key for us where we can just throw stuff up there. And I'm in content submission meetings every week where there's a form on our website that you can go to if you're a business, an organization, if you're just running a festival, whatever you're doing, and you can fill out a form to get coverage. And people think it's like a scam, like no one reads it. No, I'm in those meetings. We actually do go through everything. So submit your stuff if you want to get covered at Visit Philadelphia.
Cool. And I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys get your revenue from the hotel tax.
The hotel tax.
So it's almost like like you guys get paid more, like the better you guys do, like promoting the city, getting, more people to come to Philly.
I don't know that it works apples to apples like that.
So that's what we're talking about with Bucks County a little bit. It's just like, they're promoting people to come to Bucks. And, if there's more people staying in hotels, like you can probably, surmise that like there's a lot of people spending money at restaurants, bars, and doing everything else.
Right.
So it's a good way to like judge of like how well you guys are doing if more people are staying in hotels around here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're doing actually in the midst of our annual report, April 7th, we give a big presentation where we basically prove our worth and like what we've been working on. And we look at the hotel numbers and that's a huge thing. That's a big part of what we do.
Yeah. I know you guys also, it's like, I didn't realize this. There's like deals on your website. Where you got free parking and stuff. It's like
free parking. People go nuts for the free parking at hotels. Yeah, there's been research studies done on this. Like they change it every year. Actually, I think we're announcing it next week. Actually, I just did a press release about this. But there's a new package. It's like Longwood Gardens, Elmwood Park Zoo. There's all these different incentives that you get for if you book through the Visit Philly website. It's called the Visit Philly Overnight Package, original name, but that's the name. And if you book through their website, you get all these additional benefits. But what we found out is that the free parking is the one that you don't want to get, like, we'll never get rid of that because that's such a value.
It's like $50, $60 a night.
Yeah.
It's like if you go to your website before going to their website, then you just like save $50, $60
right.
Coming to the city.
Yeah.
That's a sick deal. It's like genuinely a sick deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very much like, and I like how everything's called Visit whatever. So like, until I know Visit Philly, I know Visit Bucks County, but like I just, for whatever reason, was not putting together like everywhere in the U.S. You can just like, if you're going to a city, just put in like Visit wherever.
Yeah. I think it started with New York.
Oh, all right.
with the I Love New York. Remember that tourism campaign?
Yeah.
They were the first agency to do that sort of thing.
Cool.
And then actually was Ed Rendell was responsible for Visit Philadelphia. It was his idea to come up with this because the Convention and Visitors Bureau, which I mentioned already, they were kind of the tourism agency, but they handle mostly conventions and stuff of that nature. So Rendell wanted something that just basically did the fun stuff, right? And just focused really hard on the city.
Yeah.
And worked with the hotels, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So I think at first there was they weren't getting along maybe because it's kind of like, well, we already do this. Why do we need a new company to do this, right? But now we're fine and we do everything and work collaboratively and do everything together.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's friends with Visit Philly. Like, there's a lot of other news and like publications in the city where people don't get along with certain things, but like everyone loves Visit Philly. It seems like you guys just pump out content for everybody. That's essentially free content because it's like not free, but it's
we're a non-profit organization. Which if you go to like other cities. My fiance's from Cleveland, and they do Visit Cleveland's great. They do an awesome job, but they actually have a store and they sell merchandise and all this stuff because I guess they're not nonprofit. We can't do that because we're not allowed to make money, which kind of stinks because we have great design team. We could really do some cool stuff and sell T-shirts.
Especially like Love Park.
Yeah.
Even if it goes like back into like the marketing aspect,
we've done things where like someone else will take the majority of the profits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could do it, but we still wouldn't get the bulk of the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So, I mean, this is probably the biggest year Visit Philly has ever had.
It's in my email tagline, like the biggest year yet.
It is.
Has this been like, I mean, I guess you just joined the team a couple months ago, but like, has the rest of your team said that like you guys have been planning this for the last couple of years? So a lot of this stuff is like the World Cup. A lot of these things have kind of been in the works for, probably a decade at this point. And obviously like 250th year anniversary, like that, everyone kind of knew that was coming. But has this year been just complete madness trying to get everything all together? I mean, the next couple of months, everything's about to start.
Yeah, no. As soon as I started, it was like, get ready. You're gonna have no time to do anything. Or it was like enjoy the summer because once January hits, you're gonna have no time to do anything. And we actually have blackout dates that we're not allowed to take off starting in April. So I'm going on a trip to Chicago in March just to do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the heavy lifting was done before I got there. Like these events were planned, organized. The major marketing initiatives were already in the works. Now I'm on the comms team, so I think we're going to be extra busy because we're going to have journalists coming in from out of town that we have to take around town or just give them the information and the tools that they need to write their stories.
Like what is Visit Philly doing like for all this stuff? Is it your guys' plan is just kind of like promote it, or are you guys like responsible for like you kind of day of activities for any of this stuff? Like, do you guys host events? Are you guys planning on hosting events? Things?
We're doing more like initiatives.
Okay.
So like one thing that hasn't been announced yet, but I can tell you, it's fine. We're going to do a Spirit of 76 cocktail competition with all the hotels in the city.
Cool.
Or any hotel that wants to be a part of it can be a part of it. And they're going to ask to create a cocktail and a mocktail with Philadelphia ingredients or something historic based on 1776. Just be creative with it, and we'll track the most check-ins on like geolocation or whatever. However they track, their web team tracks that stuff. They'll get like bragging rights and maybe something else we haven't decided. But that's going to be a cool initiative that we're heading up. Obviously, the beer project was a big one. That's done. I guess it's done. We'll still promote it, of course. Actually, a lot of people at the event were telling me that we should do a Phillies game, like a tailgate party with this beer. Kelly at Victory said she thought it was a great idea. I don't know if it's going to happen. But
I mean, they have the spot, and I guess it's Stateside Live now. I don't know if that's still going to be happening now that Stateside owns it.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Situation, but what's the plan? Is this the plan for this beer? They're going to sell it all year? I mean, it just came out now, or is it like a one and done thing, or?
We're going to see how it sells, right? We would like it to be a year-round thing. Visit Philly would like it to be a year-round thing. Victory would like it to be a year-round thing, but it's too early to say. It's not even in all the like beer stores yet.
Yeah, I feel like it needs to be in cans and in people's hands to really appreciate it for this one.
Yeah,
Which is, I mean, it looks sick. It really does.
yeah,
So you guys had a bunch of, I guess, influencers out to the kickoff event.
we did. Yeah,
Is that
Josh there.
Josh Eats Philly? Nice. Is that was there like I guess traditional press there as well, or you guys are your mostly like what is your kind of like how are you guys promoting most of this stuff? Is it mostly traditional press, or is it kind of bringing on influencers and kind of like this new age marketing stuff? Or
I mean, it's a mix, but I mean, I'd be lying to you if I told you that. Like, I mean, outside the Inquirer, like what, like, and beer writers, like the Inquirer doesn't even have a dedicated beer writer anymore. Don Russell used to be the guy.
He was in France now.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm friends with him on Facebook, but yeah, it was funny because I was going through like my old contacts. I'm like, who still writes about beer?
Yeah, I was talking to Evan about this too. Like, there's not even really beer blogs anymore. Like, Brewed in PA, they have like 2 or 3 people that put out articles once every 2 weeks. But other than that, there's no one that's even blogging about beer. And if there is, you know, I feel like I'm plugged into the beer scene, and like I'm not seeing it. So, like, where's the disconnect, or have people just kind of totally given up on that kind of angle of reporting, or people just not care anymore?
I think it's a mixture. I know. I mean, newspapers are dying too, right? Yeah. So they don't have the bandwidth for a lot of things. Just not just beer related. Just they don't have enough reporters to get out and cover everything.
Yeah.
And now they're hiring digital journalists to go out and do the same thing that influencers are doing. So I did pitch any writer I knew, like especially the national guys. Like I have a pretty good relationship with John Hall at All About Beer. Josh Bernstein used to write for the New York Times. He was basically their beer columnist.
He went to like Cleveland or something.
Columbus, Ohio, yeah.
I liked his writing on. There's him, Dave Infante,
Yep.
and what is this girl's name? I forget.
Kate Burnett.
Yes, her and Dave Infante are my favorite. I liked Josh Bernstein, but like like him not being in New York kind of changes it, I think. But yeah, those are my 3 go-to right now.
There's 3 of the best. Yeah.
They are. It's like every single week they put out like a new story that I'm like, I agree with everything that you're saying.
Kate's great. Kate, when she was the editor at Draft Magazine, when the Craft Brewers Conference was in Philadelphia in 2016, she emailed me and was like, hey, we're coming to Philly. We're doing this panel discussion inside the convention. Would you want to be on the panel and just talk about like, she had like in-house PR people from like the Oscar Blues, a couple other people, and then she's like, well, you're not in-house. Would you want to be part of the panel and describe like what an independent PR firm does with your clients? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. It's great for my company. It's great for the craft beer industry. So I did that. She's great. She's out in Montana now.
I don't know. She writes on like national news stories though. So I don't know where she does also. She's on Craft Beer Brewing magazine. She does like with them on as well.
Yeah, she sends me requests once in a while, but they're more like hardcore technical questions.
Yeah. Yeah, we would love to have them. I know with CBC coming, we're going to be like filming episodes for that. So like,
okay,
we'll be reaching out to all those people next couple of weeks. Like, hey, I know you're going to be in town. Or I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, let me know if you need. Actually, I was just talking to Claire, who I mentioned at the beginning.
Yeah.
With Sam from Dogfish is coming into town, and he asked us like who we should. So I could probably get him here.
I would love to.
Sam has been on our list since day one.
All right, we'll get him here. I'll get him here for you.
I might have some messages in his just dying in his DMs right now.
Okay,
but
just don't look at those, Sam.
I'm sure he doesn't even run his own account. Right?
No way.
Cool. So I mean, like, what are you seeing kind of in beer now? I mean, you said you've kind of took some time off, but like when you got into beer, it was like what 2017 or 2000. What?
I guess like 2010.
Okay.
Was when I started really writing about it, and then didn't really get into the PR aspect maybe until 2014.
When would you say kind of like the heyday of Philadelphia beer was? I mean, like, because a lot of times we can see it with like, I mean, you were covering Philly Beer Week, but that is kind of like my litmus test of like where the health of the Philly beer scene is.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of like how much collaboration and how much like, you know, effort the whole kind of group is kind of putting into like one thing. And we kind of saw it like peak at some point, you know, like, I don't know, maybe it was 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm trying to pick the year, or try to pinpoint an event. I was thinking about this earlier today, actually. I was like, I can pinpoint when I think it really started going downhill. But when was that the peak? I don't know what year it was, but I remember one of my jobs was to carry the Hammer of Glory around.
Oh, really?
So like different bars.
Nice.
Yeah. And I remember one Philly Beer Week, I was carrying it all over town. I think at this point I was in like by his Jose Pistola's Good Dog, that stretch.
Yeah.
And these people, I think they were from Denmark. They were from Europe. I think it was like Denmark.
For Philly Beer Week?
Yeah, and they like knew all about Philly Beer Week and the Hammer, and like wanted to take pictures. I actually did a video, like a video of them saying like, "Yeah, Philly" or something. I should have brought those videos in for the podcast. I'm sorry, but that's when I was like, oh, because there was this. I don't want to get too into the struggles, but there was some infighting within Philly Beer Week about local breweries versus national breweries.
Yeah.
And we weren't promoting the local breweries enough. But a lot of people, the tourists anyway, were coming in for the national rare beers that they couldn't get anywhere. Like these guys that I'm talking about were here for like some, wasn't Russian River, Rare Barrel. Remember those guys in California?
Yeah.
Like sour event, and they were all stoked about it. And I was like, that kind of like, I was trying to tell people at the meetings, I was like, I understand. We need to support local breweries. Of course we do. That's should be one of our bread and butters. But you have to understand that these national breweries are what a lot of these people come to Philly Beer Week for.
It's almost like it was like a self-inflicted like prisoner's dilemma. It's like people everyone was kind of looking out for their best interests, and then like it kind of just became that, you know, it just kind of got splintered, and then slowly, I guess, died off from there. But
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But I would like to see it kind of get brought back at some point. But I mean, you know, just it kind of fell off. So I think stuff like this kind of maybe needs to cool down for a little bit, and then to kind of like it's almost easier to bring something back after it's been gone. You know,
Yeah.
to kind of like resurrect something that's like, you know, hurting.
Yeah. So it's actually really funny because I actually said this to someone in a meeting when I was first started here at Visit Philadelphia, and the first time they told me about the beer project, I was like, that's awesome. I love Victory. That's a really cool idea. But I was like, craft beer is kind of like dead, guys. Like, I mean, I would have done a red, white, and blue hard seltzer. Is what I would have done. But then I got involved with this project, and I'm so glad that they did it because it turned out amazing. And maybe we'll have a nostalgia, a renaissance of craft beer, hopefully.
Yeah, I think beer is, you know, it's not where it was a couple years ago, but beer is definitely very steady. Like it has gone through kind of these ups and downs, and then things like the seltzers and like now the teas now are so hot, but even now the teas they're starting to cool down a little bit. Like you're not seeing it in the numbers right now, but just like the vibe of like what I'm seeing and like when I go out, it's just like it is not as hot as it was last year.
Yeah.
And granted,
You
still has
see
growth,
that with
but
Surfside and stuff?
it's not that it's declining, but I mean seltzers are not where they were at 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And it's not specifically surf sized, but just like the hard teas are not in they're still growing, and they're growing faster than craft beers. But it's like I'm not seeing them be pushed or like as hot as kind of they were last year.
I remember Scott was talking about when we had him on, it was like every 2-3 years you have the cycle of some sort of beverage pop in and then exist, be really hot, and then kind of like fade away. And he said he's been seeing that for years, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's weird when you I mean you've been covering this since what 2009, but it's like to see like the extended growth or life cycle of beer. Like Evan was made some posts about like, yeah, this is the second generation of craft brewers, or third generation.
Oh, yeah.
And then John Trodner for Trogs was just like, third, brother, we're on the 7th generation. Like, let me talk to you about this. Like, you know, this is I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And, you know, like when you have a longer, you know, viewpoint of it, you're kind of able to kind of see the ups and downs. But
But it's cool that this is happening, and like maybe CBC in Philly.
That's what I'm
will,
thinking.
like bringing in some like national brands will kind of like bring some more life into the Philadelphia brand, where like maybe people around the city are like, oh shit, there is great beer in Philadelphia, and kind of like gets us all rallied back.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. I think I just looking around the brewery at the event the other week, the Victory event, and just to see like the kids running around. It's like these people that were waiting in line for these hazy IPAs have like grown up and they've had kids, and they value like just approachable, crisp, clean beer in a family-friendly environment, opposed to some like snobby experience where they can't even sit down and just have to take their beer home and pound it in the basement. Like, I mean, I did some of that. I waited in lines for beer. I'm not saying I'm better than that, but
It's less sustainable.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's when I saw like, okay, now, if you were gonna predict the crash, it was like
The bubble.
that's probably that was probably it, because you lost the whole sense of community too with some of these brewers that just were all about themselves.
Yeah, it's a lot of infighting.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of controversies, and after the fact too, misogyny and all kinds of weirdness that was happening.
Yeah, weird stuff. All right, what are some of these other beers you brought in? What are these two?
Oh, yeah,
the red
sorry.
one and the blue one.
So, are we tasting these or are we?
Tasting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Here. So this one, this is from Mighty Bread. Do you guys know Mighty Bread in South Philly?
No. Wait.
It's a bread company.
Yes, I have.
It's
heard
behind Polizzi Social Club. Okay, maybe the best bread in the city, or top 5 probably. Their bread's amazing, but I noticed that they had beer in the fridge, and I guess they're making it with like their own yeast that they use for the sourdough.
Are they
bread.
making it, or is another brewery that's making it?
Well-
Does it say on there? It should say, it has to say legally like where it's made,
That's a good.
unless we're about to expose them.
No, it says produced and packaged by Mighty Bread Company. So
Oh, that's a brewery I didn't even know of.
wow, and that's called Panettone. I think that was released around the holidays, obviously. But it's very good. It's like a.
Did you get it there?
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Best BLT. I know people love Middle Child, but their BLT is just as good, I think. Highly recommend going there for the bread. Their beer is good too.
And what is it? It's just a pale ale.
Yeah, it's light. It's good.
Cool.
And you said, I don't want to expose where you live, but you
Yeah.
live in Brewery Town.
I do.
So you guys just got the new Human Robot over there.
Human Robot was sad to see Crime and Punishment go. Partied there many times. Those guys were great. Their beer was great. But then we get Human Robot, who I don't want to pick best breweries, but they're up there right now. They do every style just well.
Yeah, and consensusly, kind of like everyone kind of respects them as like, you guys are kind of leading the charge right now.
I
Especially
remember.
with the, have you been going to the, what is the beer festival?
Log jamming.
Log Jam?
Oh yeah. Yep.
It was almost like, the opening event for Philly Beer Week kind of died off.
Opening tap. Yeah.
The opening tap, and then Log Jam was kind of there to kind of pick up the pieces. And, whether they're going, whether it's going to be the Philly Beer Fest at the German Society, like at some point, like there needs to be an event every year that like the entire Philadelphia community kind of comes together. Like this is the main event.
Yeah. Hopefully that happens. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I need to try this.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Very good.
I mean, I've heard of Mighty Bread, but like,
It was-
Yeah, it's honestly extremely rare to find a brewery that we probably haven't heard of,
Oh, I'm glad I could service that.
especially in the city right now. Like,
it's interesting too. They're actually making their own beer.
They have this one, and they have what's the other one called? They have another one that's good too. It's a lager, but it's obviously this is Panettone or Polenta. Polenta, yeah, Polenta. Okay.
Polento, and then it's spelled Pelantone.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know what's happening there, but
Yeah, I think it's tasty.
yeah, it's cool.
Nice. Is Visit Philly planning on doing other stuff with brews, or are you guys mostly working with Victory? Right now?
Victory's been our partner going back to Summer Love.
Okay.
I think they're our partner. That's
Kind of just makes sense.
yeah. since we have that relationship already.
Bill Kowalski was always like very heavy into because they worked with like the Chester County tourism board, and like he was the one that like kind of put me on first to like you need to be paying attention to like tourism. And, like for me, it's almost like I'm caught in my own head. Like I'm just focused on craft beer and the craft beer community, but there's this like larger economic like ecosystem that like the sales for craft beer. And he was talking about like promoting tourism to Chester County. I was just like, who cares if people stay at hotels there? And then, so it makes sense that he was kind of like probably leading charge to get connected to Visit Philly and make sure that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know. I work with Crooked Hammock in Delaware. They're at the Delaware beaches near Rehoboth, so it's always like when summer hits, we're trying to get the tourists from New York, D.C., Philly to come down, and a lot of times they do, and then they find a brewery they like. And we had one instance where they opened a brewery in Myrtle Beach. Their first brewery is in Lewis, Delaware. They opened a brewery in Myrtle Beach, and there's a picture on Instagram of a woman who lived in Lewis and used to go to the Crooked Hammock in Lewis all the time. And then she moved to Myrtle Beach, and now she goes to the Crooked Hammock in Myrtle Beach all the time.
Nice.
So I was like, you guys got to promote this story. That's a great story.
Do you ever go down to Wilmington? The Delaware beer scene has like picked it up in the last couple months. They have like First State. It's Wilmington Brew Works. It's like there's a lot of new up and coming breweries in Delaware.
Yeah,
kind of like coming on par with Philly, which is nice because it's so close. It's like half an hour away from here.
Yeah, I don't go often, but yeah, I know First State very well. And even by the beaches with Dewey and all those guys, there's some good stuff.
Yeah, Dewey Beer makes great beer. Yeah, I don't know which I like better, Dewey or Cape May Brewing. Like they're like my two.
Cape May's my favorite shore point. I always go there at least once a summer. Always go to the brewery. I've worked. They were part of Philly Beer Week, so I got to know some of their marketing team when I was doing that stuff. And I've always loved their beer's great, but I've also always loved their branding, which as a PR person, I think is an underrated part of the process. Because if your branding kind of sucks, and
100%.
no one's going to pick up your can.
100%.
I think I was at Victory for like 5 years, and a lot of feedback I got from a lot of people was like people felt like their branding was like almost boring or simple. And Cape May is almost the same way, but like to the general public, that is a better branding than some like very nuanced thing. My brand is like very nuanced and niche, but like to sell to like a general public, you kind of need more accessible branding like that. Like,
yeah,
Surfsides do it great. Like Surfsides look like very simple cans, but it works. They look good everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now the trend in the beer branding that bothers me so much is the just AI stuff. It's like putting AI on your cans. If you're a brewer listening to this, just do some research on like younger people do not enjoy that. That's all I'll say. But we still appreciate you guys.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. So I guess with like who are you working with most? Like you're just kind of connector. Do you know Dabo Philly? Dabo. He's kind of like this like connector that like knows everybody in Philly. I like the way that you're describing.
I think I do.
He's this guy. He knows like everybody on the Eagles. When he gives interviews, he's like, I don't even know what I do. I just connect people to each other.
Okay, I don't, but I feel like I should.
By the way you're describing, it's like kind of like that. Like when I think of like publicists, like you're not writing the articles, you're just connecting the people to the people that write the articles. So like,
yeah,
you're almost just like
a conduit. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the first thing when I switched, and I'm still a journalist. Like I still cover sports, right? So yeah. I didn't let go of that, and I still consider myself a journalist first and foremost.
Okay,
but when I first switched from full-time journalism to full-time PR, the biggest shock to me was that part of the job. I thought I was just going to be like writing press releases, and I don't know what else I thought I was going to be doing, but I didn't realize that people want your relationships with people and your ability to like connect people. And that's sustained me for, I'm 40, I just turned 46. I'm old, but that's the only reason why I'm still around. Like even when I started Visit Philly, they brought me on just to kind of write stuff, background stuff without a byline. And then I was like, well, I know everyone. I've done PR for a long time in this city, and I think they understand that I bring some extra value to the table because of my relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said that you guys have like this thing on the website that you can like submit different things that are happening. Is that like for like small brews? It has to be. It is intimidating. Like who do you get connected to? Like I have a list of like 40 different reporters in the city where like a couple of times when I've had big things happening, I just cold message all these people.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm lucky to get a couple messages back. Like I'll look into this. But I guess you guys are. You guys are a nonprofit. Like when people reach out to you, is that like a good way for people to get connected? Like will you guys actually connect people to reporters and stuff?
Oh, what do you mean? Wait,
Like if people have events or things going on.
I think it's more for Visit Philly to post on their website.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, is that what?
That's what it's for. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
So
I'm happy to say we've gotten on there once or twice.
Nice.
Big move on our.
Have you done it before?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
And what's the process? You're just like filling out like essentially like a
It's a form. Yeah. It's a Google form, I think. Yeah.
cool.
And we review it.
I should. I didn't know about this till now.
I can send you the link. It's
Awesome.
it's an easy process.
I can find it.
But yeah, that's exactly what we do. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any more questions?
No, I just appreciate for bringing all the beer selection. It's another. I'm talking to the guests today a lot actually, but super cool when we have guests bring in like their beers and kind of tells the story of like who they are too. So yeah, it was
A little
fun.
personal touch.
Yeah.
So I know Philadelphia has a lot going on this year, but what are like some like under the radar things that are happening? Like everyone knows that like the 250th year anniversary, like the All-Star game. But
Yeah.
are there other things that are happening, or is it just like there's so many big things that are happening that like you guys aren't even focusing on the small things?
I've done so much research just to have at my disposal on like weird stuff.
What,
that, like
like
probably
bigger
never
stuff,
get
or-
covered. Yeah. Just like Polly Cooper at Valley Forge was a Oneida woman who taught the troops how to basically grow corn and sustain themselves with corn because everything else was gone and they had nothing to eat. It's not really a story that's probably going to get covered because there's nothing to show, but I just found it an interesting story. But in terms of like exhibits, the big art exhibits, you probably know all those, right?
Yeah.
Like the Nation of Artists, the John Middleton collection from the Phillies is going to be really cool. It's all American artists like George O'Keeffe and Charles Justin Peele. all
Art
those
museum opening up on Frankfurt Ave, like right in Fishtown.
guys. Okay.
I don't know anything about it, but I guess
Yeah. All right. I'd look into this.
we walked by it the other day. It looked really interesting.
Okay.
There was a
it's
bunch
gonna
of
be like the new cool art museum. It was right next to the garage in Fishtown.
Oh, okay. All right.
it was
I'll look out for that.
like what was it? Not pallets, storage units almost looking like sticking out. You walk up the storage.
It's like there's storage units that's sticking out of the building that like you walk into or something. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be
Okay,
like,
don't worry
very
about
cool looking.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, they should open it up this year with all the tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah. The history stuff is probably what we're anticipating. A lot of people are going to be inquiring about. I haven't seen the Declarations Journey yet, but I'm definitely going to get down to the Museum of American Revolution to see that one. That seems really cool. And then the American Philosophy Society is doing some cool stuff with some like original Declaration of Independence, like Thomas Jefferson's handwritten drafts and stuff.
What is July 4th the big day for 250th anniversary? Is there
July 4th is like the end of it, like
The end of it.
basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's like Wawa America just announced it's like 6 nights of fireworks. They haven't announced a headliner for the big party on the art museum yet, and they're keeping it very tight-lipped. I have no idea. But I think July 4th is kind of like the end of it. Or the All-Star Game's July 14th. But as far as we're concerned, our work's kind of done at that point. Like we've done all the prep. We've hosted all the journalists, hopefully by that point. And
But everyone knows it's 250th year anniversary. But it's like, does it culminate in something, or is it just like the idea that like this summer is the 250th year anniversary, or is it like July 4th is like?
well, we're celebrating all year. That's why we're doing the 52 weeks of first. It's not supposed to be one day. I know that's yeah.
Culminates in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are those art pieces that are like each First has like its own little art thing. I think I saw. On the
Yeah,
website.
they're fiberglass sculptures. They work with different local artists. I don't have all the names.
Yeah.
But obviously work with Mural Arts Philly to do some of that stuff. And just they're supposed to focus on the first, and they're all local artists.
That's cool. Are they going to be presented in different spots in the city?
Well, each week they're doing something with them.
Oh, wow.
They're doing a mini event. And
That's
then
cool.
I don't know where they're going after that.
Yeah.
But there's also they're called the Liberty Bells across Pennsylvania. So it's not just Philadelphia. They're also doing in the suburbs and all across the state. They're doing stuff like that with these little Liberty Bell sculptures.
Cool. Interesting. This year will be a lot of fun. It's I'm desperately trying to get a tap room open because I know this year's going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's a good
Take
idea.
advantage of it, so
Do a 250th beers. I mean, this is hopefully the one. But I've noticed that there's like a brewery in Arizona doing something. Yingling's doing something.
for CBC it's crazy. Everyone's trying to do collaborations. Evan, there's somebody I reached out to Evan that like now I'm trying to do a collaboration with now, but it's like everyone is making a special beer for CBC. So
Oh, okay.
by the
Yeah.
time this episode comes out, it'll probably be like a couple weeks before CBC, but it's like be prepared, everyone. Gives them like a 2-week span. There's gonna be like insane collaborations that come out that are like these like limited release beers that hit all the tap rooms everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exciting. It's going to be a crazy week.
yeah. Cool. Awesome. I guess like where can we find you? I mean, I know that you do writing. Like, do you have like a website that people can follow like your personal work or?
Yeah. I mean, I have like a portfolio account, but I don't have it handy on me. But I don't know if people still use Twitter, X, whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
Mike_Gregor. That's where I post stories that I write or just random shit. That's pretty much it. I'm not really good at. Funny part is that I work in PR, but I'm not really good at promoting myself.
It's always different. It's different producing for yourself versus like other stuff. It's like your personal life versus your job.
Yeah, I'm always like I tried a podcast, but nah, it didn't really work. I don't know, people weren't into it. And then I feel like I need my own publicist. So if I wanted to go that route, but I don't know.
You're the second person.
It is what it is at this point. I just want to. My goal is to write a book, and hopefully that'll take off. I don't know.
Nice. And then we can just go visitphilly.com. Everyone probably follows Visit Philly.
Yeah.
Right.
We have. I don't even know how many. A lot of followers. Our social media team is crazy good at what they do, and obviously we have name recognition. Anyway, visitphilly.com. We list all the events, especially the 250. There's a special page for the marquee events. Adding to that all the time. There's a big focus on arts this year because there's so many art exhibits going on, and food. Obviously, we have all these James Beard winners, Michelin star restaurants. So we're always promoting that aspect of the city, and yeah, that's wine. I guess I think the wine scene. I've read that the wine, it's not selling like it used to, but the urban wineries are really killing it right now.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like Mineral City.
Rural City's great. Yep.
Then coming on soon.
Yeah, there's a lot of like upstart wine. Leo Figs is about to open. There's a lot of upstart city wines that are about to open. That's like, maybe that's kind of the cool new thing that's about to happen. But
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's cool.
yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. And you can follow us at the Brewdat Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Give us 5 stars. Thank you.
That's what's